What's up, guys? It is Jumpsuit Pablo back with a freshly shaved mustache. I didn't mean to do this. I thought I had it on the longest trim setting and I had it on the shortest. So now I look like an early 1900s conquistador. Okay. Anyways, we're talking about ways that inmates flirt with each other, including one really bizarre way that I know is gonna make you go, what? But if you're assuming I'm talking about ways that male inmates flirt with other male inmates, not exactly. I'm actually talking about ways that the male inmates would flirt and the women inmates would flirt with each other. Yeah, it happens. So allow me to explain on that. But real quick, if you were hoping to hear about how male inmates flirt with each other, I got a pretty good quick story for you, with the main character being myself. See, when I first got locked up back in 2013, I was in the county jail, and as you see from my mugshot right here, I had pretty long hair. You see where this is going? So anyways, it was about a year into this jail stint awaiting court, so, I hadn't gotten a haircut because they charged you $8 just to get your head buzzed. You couldn't even get a preferred hairstyle. So just to get your head skinned, they charged you $8, $8 that could have bought soups and nutty bars and all type of stuff. So this guy, no, I wasn't getting my hair cut, which led to me having, about a year's worth of growth on top of what you see in that mugshot. Now, most prisoners wouldn't tell you this story, but I will, because it's the truth and because, that's why you like my stuff, and that's why I like that you like my stuff. So it eventually got to the length where it was just, I couldn't even part it. I didn't know what to do with it. It was in my face, and I came across a stray rubber band on the floor somehow, I don't know. So I got this rubber band and I did the old samurai warrior's ponytail. That was my new thing. Yeah, this is gonna kill them. This is my new style right here, okay? So I would take my bangs and I would bunch them all up, pull them back, and I'd have the hair on the side, and I would pull it back and do the little ponytail in the back. It's like, man, this looks tough, okay? So I took a last look in the mirror and I exited my jail cell and went out into the population. That's where it went bad. So I didn't even make it 10 steps out of my cell. I started to walk my little lap, around the dorm and just kind of see what was going on for the day. And I crossed this big, tall, fat, older white guy, probably in his mid-40s, and I'm 21, 22. He just kind of on the pass by sees me and goes, "Hey, get," and like tickles Gucci goose tickles my belly. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of he tickled. I can't help what I did, but immediately I was like, oh. But I was like kind of just, he kept walking, and you see, it's hard for me to even really, it's still just so shocking to me that it happened. It's a true story. I didn't make it 10 steps with this hairstyle, and I just was kind of like, kind of froze. And, most people would say, that's when I messed him up real good. I didn't do anything. I was in shock. I couldn't believe he just did that. I've never had anything like that happen to me. I was like, and just stared at him as he walked away. And I was like, I realized it's got to be the hair. And I just kind of was like, oh my God, I'm adorable. Long story short, I paid the $8 pronto and got my hair cut like 2 days later. So that's how that went. Anyways, on to the big, strange, bizarre way that I've seen. The absolute craziest way that I've seen male and female inmates flirt with each other. Now, first, you're probably thinking, wait a minute, Pablo. How do male and female inmates even have the opportunity to be near each other to flirt? Well, let me explain real quick. In the county jail, you have a section for the women and a section for the men. And it's not uncommon if a group of men are being, 5, 6, 7, 8 are being taken to medical, they have to walk in a group with this officer down this hallway, and maybe a group of women are coming back from medical, back to their part of the jail. I mean, you're going to briefly for 5 seconds cross paths. What harm could happen there? Not much, but I mean, we can't, not going to say I've never seen a woman on the pass by turn around and quickly, do a quick flash. I don't know why. I mean, just to have a little fun, whatever. It happens. So there's that. But what I'm talking about is what happens in a portion of this jail called the Red Pod. That's what we called it. But it's this place where basically for inmates who are on this overflow, there's an overcrowding of the jail, and they don't have anywhere to put them in this population, so they kind of stuff them all into this one pod. Now they have this pod. I mean, I could spend 5-10 minutes explaining the exact layout and setup of this jail pod, but let's just say it's a huge, normal, standard jail pod with cells all in it. But it's divided by one big wall. And on this side, it's the guys, and on this side, it's the girls. And you can never visually see these girls. Never. Okay? But there is like an emergency door. I guess it's really for the officers who, when they come around and we're locked down in our cells, they can come around and do their little routine checks, make sure no one's dead or anything. Then they can easily go. They don't have to completely leave through the other door to go all the way around into the next part of this pod. They can just simply go through this quick door to go into the women's side and do their check on there. Okay, but it's always locked. There's no window. You can't see anything over there. But I'm going to tell you what happens at this one door that divides the women from the men. This is where the crazy stuff happens. You'll see the guys kind of go over to the door and bang on it a little bit and maybe call out, hey, girl, something, hey, girl, hey, shout it, something like that. And a girl or two will come over there, hey, hey. So, they get to talking and all that stuff and, whatever. And I guess if they hit it off, the guy will be like, hey, girl, let me get a print. And she'll usually say, okay, I got you. Let me tell you what a print is. Okay, this is basically where girl will leave the door and she'll go back to the privacy of her cell. She'll take a piece of notebook paper, a clean sheet of notebook paper. And what she'll do is she'll take Kool-Aid powder. So you can order Kool-Aid powder that you just take a scoop of, put it in water, mix it up. You buy the powder on the commissary. You can get grape, which is purple powder, or cherry, which is red powder. They'll go and they'll get it, and they'll take this powder, and they'll rub this powder on their, you know what I mean? And so they'll rub it on there. I guess it will get a little damp, whatever. And once it is, they'll take that clean sheet of paper and they'll kind of just press it and stamp it and leave a print of their, And so they'll take that and they'll go back to the door where their, love interest is waiting patiently but desperately. And slide that little print back under the door and say, there you go, boo. And they'll get it and they'll go back and they'll show the guys and be like, dang, look at that. And they'll go in their room and, I never got a print myself. I never asked for one, but I don't know exactly what they do with that print once they get back into it. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm not interested in knowing. But is that, that's pretty wild. That was wild when I saw it. It's a pretty common thing. I didn't know, I guess it's a whole deal, that I had no idea about. I guess I'm late to that party. But yeah, that's probably the strangest way I've ever seen women and men inmates flirt with each other. Hey, girl, let me get a print. I got you. And there you go. You've got mail. So there's that. Now, honorable mention, I will say I had someone connect me, I guess on a pen pal type of thing. I was connected with a female inmate from another institution who wrote me a letter and told me all about herself back then, and requested that if I write her back, please trace my onto the paper, an extra piece of paper, and include that with the letter when I sent it back to her. I mean, it's just, there's no shortage of just funny things when we get on that topic. So just a couple things I've seen and experienced in my time incarcerated. I hope you enjoyed that. If nothing else, I hope it entertained you. Also, real quick, thank you for all the get well wishes from everyone and all of my viewers. I've been sick pretty much this whole week, and this is my first day back, so thank you so much. I'm feeling much better, and as you can see, the videos will be starting back daily starting today.